Hello everybody, it's Lindsay from the Vintage Button. Just checking that I'm on. I am. And I junk journal and I slow stitch, and I do that sustainably as possible. And today I'm slow stitching and I've got a mass of things on my desk. So put my phone somewhere safe. I finished the structural sewing on the soft basket or tote, fabric tote, I don't know what we're going to call it, last week. I've just sort of grabbed a load of bits and pieces to decorate it with because I want to show you the actual structure. Oh, don't you go missing that precious piece. Okay, so I want to keep that for something else. I'm going to put them there though. So this is it. Let's move my cup of tea back. I don't know where that's going to fit. It'll fit up there. Okay, so this is it. It's kind of flattened out but all sewn together. I've kind of got the pockets to sit as flat as they can and just sort of added little stars, which I think is probably, it's almost like in my junk journals I do little white or gold stars on things. And you know, as you develop your style, you probably will do similar things in both, if you do both. Some people do one, some people do the other. So this is it. So it's got like kind of this sort of rounded rectangle base. And I've just sort of back stitched it. So you can see both sides of the back stitch in there. And then move the junk journaling stuff from yesterday out of the way. And then it's got a handle that's not even it's not even put on in opposite ends, it's just whacked on, and I whip stitched everything down, so like it's lined, it's fully lined, and it's just all been whip stitched. And I just picked a colour and just went to town with like various colours all around, so it's very kind of colourful, but because it's only stitching, the colours kind of push to the back, so it's still very, very blue. And I want to have a theme for it. I was looking through my fabric samples, which is coming to an end. Let's move the glue. Put that up there too. I desperately do need that bigger desk, don't I? Okay, so I was looking through my fabric samples and all my little bits and pieces, and I came across this twirl. And I wanted to make a junk journal with it, but I realised that to cover the journal, I would sort of, there would be bits that would be lost. Because we've got a dancing couple here that's sort of on this selvage edge. I'll see if I can. I know I could soak it and all that, but I am such low faff that I probably will just stitch it on with the backing on, if I'm honest. But I am what I am. So we've got a gentleman here who's fishing, and we've got this couple dancing, we've got this couple in the boat, and we've got this gentleman fishing in the opposite direction. Is it the same man? No, it's a different man. And then we've got all these beautiful trees, and there's a bridge. And you know, it's a twirl, so it's got like this pastoral theme. We've got a few trees. So I thought that this would be somehow the basis for the decoration for this. And because I was watching Kate in the Nest again, I think she's my new sort of favourite slow stitcher because she likes colour, and I love colour. I like, I love zany colour, and I want to have more colour in my life. And I don't think my style is like her at all, but just the influence of the colour. And she makes like, it's almost like collections. She's somebody who has time on her hands. Where have I put my, in the way that I don't really have time. So she goes to, art events, kind of like slow stitching at studios, and kind of, you know, she's at that stage of her life where that's what you do. And I don't so she makes these collections to take along to various events. And I thought, well, I don't do that, because that's not, I mean, I think some of it as well is that's how things are in Australia. She's in Australia, and I'm not, you know, that's not how things are where I live currently. So what I thought I would do, though, is make a bit of a collection for this bag. So this bag is going to be my slow stitching bag, because I typically enjoy slow stitching, particularly now the weather and the light is getting better. I enjoy it first thing in the morning. Before I start work, before anything, I like to sort of put a podcast or the news, which is not fantastic at the moment, I know, but, you know, something on in the background and stitch. And so I want to have something that I can carry my stuff about the house. So I am hosing, there's going to be lots of explanation. We are going to get to some decorating. I'm hosing my cottons in this, and it's not practical, it's not rummageable. And I'm thinking, this isn't a good thing to put all the cottons I want to use. I almost need another one of these, but a smaller version. So I thought, okay, I've looked at the bits of denim I've got left, and there is space, and I'm going to make it wider because I'm going to add that panel in to make sort of a wide and relatively deep basket that then we put inside of here, that I can just load up with my coloured cottons. So when I was doing my rummage, I found some linen. I'm sure this is linen, it feels like it's linen. Oh, it's viscose and linen. Just to sort of add to that to make it work, really. And then to decorate it, I plan to use some of this and use some of this, and this be like the star of the show, really. And I can see that, like, I would be able to go over it with some of my cottons, highlight bits, just do some like doodle stitching, really. So I know people said about soaking this off, but like I said, if I'm really honest, at the faff factor, I think I will prefer to dull a couple of needles and just stitch it on. And actually it would give a little bit of structural strength to the, you know, to make it, help it stand up. So yeah, Lindsay, we're not going to worry about that. I'm going to cut it out with a pair of sharp paper scissors that will cut fabric out. And I'm basically, I think I might just cut a little bit out today to show you where I'm going to go with it. And then we'll start involving some bits and bobs. So I'm going to do this bit here. Now, what do we want? Do we want the dancing people at the front? I kind of do want the dancing people at the front. And they can sort of lean into that, can't they? They can lean into that, and I think it's that. They look like they're having a whale of a time. So yeah, so I'm just going to use these scissors that are helpful because they'll cut fabric and they'll cut paper. I'm kind of just sort of kiss cutting it. I want a little bit of a salvage edge, not too much, and it might be thicker in some bits and thinner in others, and we can always, you know, finesse that as we're going around. If you can hear noise in the background, that's my husband getting the recycling ready to take to the supermarket. There is roast pork in the oven. We have like dinner quite late in our house, even though we work from home, so generally 4 days a week I'm here, and I could make it so that we have dinner earlier, but we kind of got into a pattern of not having that when we were when I was location based, basically. Even though it's a weekend and it doesn't matter, but you just kind of get into a pattern of things. So yeah, so we're going to have supper later. It'll be a roast dinner, quite a relaxed affair, and get ready for that working week again. Okay. See, I like that. What do we think? I like it. Now, do we want a tree? I definitely want a tree on the front. Do we want that tree? Or do we want that tree? I think we might want that tree. I think I've got some more of this stuff, but it's in a teal colour in my kind of storage downstairs. I have an ottoman in my lounge that I put the fabric samples in. I take them out of the books that they come in and just stack them in this ottoman, and that's where I know that my stash is dwindling, because I've got some of it up here on my shelves on my landing. You're a nice gentleman. But I've also got this ottoman situation downstairs. I should have ironed it, but I didn't. Like I said, faffing, that I include that in my notion of what faffing is. Oh, look at the little ducks. So I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to roughly cut this out and then finesse it once it's in place. I can see me making more of these. I really enjoyed it. I might make one as a handbag for in the summer. We'll see. So we've got them, they're going to live like that. Then we've got this tree that I'm going to have to do some funny cutting. I'm going to have to, because I want this pocket to be functional, I am going to have to cut it like that and then sort of sew some of it into the pocket. But that's alright. We're just getting stuff down at the minute. Now, I want something here, and then we're going to fill it in with other bits and pieces. Make it a bit busy. I've got like, what's that braid? I've got some dangly bits. I've got all my ribbons. This stuff. Okay. So we want them to come here. They're going to be a little bit down. That's going to cut like that. So we want something here. Let's grab. I like those ducks. Do you like those ducks? I think I'm going to have that to be part of him because there's ducks there. But these ducks are just going to be here somewhere. Quiet because I'm concentrating. Okay. And that leaves, what have we got left? We've got the couple in the boat, we've got the tree and the bridge, and then we've got another man fishing. Man fishing, what's this? This is a tree situation and another man fishing. We have plenty. I'll be able to make the bag and then the little basket and have, you know, like have it some cohesion. I might be tempted to make a needle book for it, but then I like my other one, so I might not. We'll see. Right, let's finesse this one. Pretty sure that's where I want that one. I do have a bit of a headache. You know, like just a bit of general malaise. I went to bed relatively early last night, but then I woke up at a stupid +3 and just couldn't get back to sleep. I tried all my little tricks I normally do and it just wasn't working. So I ended up having a bath at like 5:30 in the morning. And then I got on the sofa and I did fall asleep then on the sofa. And now I woke up with a headache really. There we go. I had plans to do loads of jobs and that's not happened. But I'm not stressing about it. I'm actually thinking, I've not spoken to my husband yet, but I was thinking I might just get a cleaning service to come in. Our budget's gonna be hit because I'm not made of money. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen because when I think about the money I'll be like, no, I don't want to really spend it. But the idea of like sending them two out and like hiring a cleaning service, come in with somebody who'll clean with me, and so just the house needs a reset. It needs a spring clean. But I don't know. Should I ask for that for my wedding anniversary present? I might do actually, there's an idea. I might do that and then when you go out, if I ask for that for wedding anniversary, I don't know how much it'll cost. And we do a big tidy up, put things away. If we all just put stuff away and then things are there then for people to come in. The cat probably will freak out, but that's alright. We can put the camera on and then we can see what he's doing. We've also, I want to do some, when we moved in this house, so we've been living in this house now 3.5 years. So yeah, be 4 years in September. And we haven't really painted any walls or anything. We put our furniture in and we took some carpet up in the lounge. And obviously we like to change blinds and curtains and stuff, but we haven't really done any major redecoration, and it kind of did need it, but we did the sort of, it was all creams and magnolias. I painted in here actually, but not fully. I just painted a couple of the walls, and we have sort of like demolded the bathroom, and we have painted half of our bedroom. And so our bedroom actually will be the easiest one to do like a big makeover on. It looks very different just because our furniture's in, you know, like, and we've got different tastes to the previous owners. The previous owner was like an older gentleman, and it was kind of like lots of 1980s and 90s things. There was some proper like old, he had some antiques as well, but like it was kind of like really oldie stuff. And yeah, our vibe is completely different. I actually don't mind that that's going to overlap a little bit, because I do want that to go in there and then sort of whip, because I want to whip stitch this thing close. I might cut some of it out. I should have thought about that when I was making it. When I do the next one, no, actually I'll leave it and I'll just whip stitch it close, because I can pull it over, can't I? Pull it over. But when I do the next one, I will remember that and just cut it all out and then just sew the fly shut. Anyway, that's going to go there. So I've been thinking about what we're going to do with this bedroom, and I do have some plans. See, I'm wondering now, do I need to make a different pincushion? I don't know. I did have notions of like, because these are my little embroidered, like stamped on fabric and then embroidered bugs. We had a video a few weeks back where we stamped on fabric, and that's like the end result. They take a long time, but they are really beautiful, and they're like little bits of embroidered appliques basically. And I was thinking about putting them on there, but that doesn't really go, I can see. But no matter, we've got butterflies, we've got all kinds of things that'll go, and some things can be big butterflies, some things can be smaller butterflies. It's all going to work out. So it's going to be a bit whimsical. I found some nice purple threads that I might go around the outside with. Or I might go around with blue, I don't know. I just want to glue, I want to pin this on just to sort of anchor it, and then I'm going to cut the edge of the pocket off. And then we'll find some other braidy bits just for ideas. It probably will change when I'm actually doing it. I was watching before I came up Made by Marley. She's a furniture painter, and that's because I don't so much in this house, although I'm planning on painting my bed black because it's the only modern piece of furniture that we own now besides the sofa. Everything else is like properly 100 years old or more, which sounds very grand, but it's not, because they were mass producing furniture 100 years ago, just far superior quality. So yeah, we're going to be going over a pleat, but that's alright because I can make that pleat into a dart and it'll be alright, that'll work. So this is not going to move, so now we're going to work out to one side. Now we're gonna work out where to trim it. I've got a pencil. That might be the way. I don't know what I'm doing, I've never done this before. It's giving me ideas though for some clothing. How cool would this be? We'll see how it goes. And then, like, because I'm on my weight loss journey, it might be that I make myself something. It might very well be. Getting warm. Got the oven on, and I don't think the heating's on, it's on barely on, and the sun's shining right into this room, and Miles is seasoning some cast iron, so both ovens are on, like the top and the bottom oven are on. Okay, that went a little bit wrong, but I'm not going to stress about that. We can stick a bird or something there. I'm going to have to take some tablets for my head. I can't remember the last time I had a bad headache. Okay. Will you fit in? We can cut little bits off see now, we might already be. You can fit in there again. There we go, we've repaired that. Cut a little bit off there. Bit of layer in there. That's quite nice. That'll wrap around. Let's move that up a bit. I've got like this colour. I'm sure I've got some cotton that's that colour, because that'll help. If I just whip stitched it over, it would sort of disappear. I like that. So we've got our dancing couple. I have to trim that off. Normally I don't mind pinking, but I don't particularly like that there. So you're going to go here. And then the ducks are going to go there. Might have a bit of foliage coming out of the pocket. We don't know, we're going to put some other bits in. Oh, I know what I can put in here as a pincushion. I don't need to make something. I have, when I got my antique cabinet, well it's a vintage cabinet that I got a lot of my cottons from, or a lot of my new cottons from, there was an English paper pieced pincushion that's all in purples owl. So I think I'm going to leave that there and not be, well, it's awkward on camera. Oh, can I go that way? Let's see, can I light flat still? Good enough. Good enough. Let's put the duckies there. Yeah, that would look better than this. Although this looks bad, I don't think. Just, it would go better. Okay. That needs pinning on. Little bit. Put it that way. I could put it that way. Yeah. Oh. What do we think about that? What do we think? I like it. It's not what I originally thought it was going to be, but that's okay too. That was the Made in Mali. That's what they were like. It's not what I originally thought it was going to be, but that's alright too. Sometimes you just have to go with the flow. And I think particularly when you're making things sustainably, you also have to go with your supplies. You have to use what you have and think about what you have. That's the main thing, really. That's what dictates. If you're not running out to the shops every 2 minutes, and you know, I've said before, I don't do that because of sustainability, but also because of thrift. Just like we don't make a huge amount of money, and what money we make has demands on it, so I don't want my fun to eat into that. I will for experiences, so you know, we'll see how the holiday situation goes and see if there's any money for a course or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Have to get Madam to university. Do I like that? I don't know if I like that. Do I like that? That's quite modern, isn't it? I just wanted the gold, but I've got some gold braids. Okay, so you're a reject. What have we got left? We've got that left. Then we've got bits and pieces I just sort of pulled, not really with much thought, but like a bit of a palette developing. I thought I would put this in somewhere. Just because it's my little symbol. I've got some flowers. This is from a long time ago, from a craft stall, like, we're talking a very long time ago. So I don't know whether I just sort of pinned this on, because it is a pin. Oh, just rip it off, Lindsay. That needs to go in the junk journal. I don't think I've got very many of them left. I'll junk journal that. I think it's going to be really oversized. I'm not worried about that at all. Put that on there. Like, I want there to be a bit of whimsy. I wouldn't buy those plastic bags now. That's how old those things are. I like this. I think this is a Tilda ribbon. Okay, so I do want that, but I don't know how yet. Keep it to one side. I want there to be some writing, so I need to think of some words. That all doesn't have to happen this time. I just wanted to give an impression of what. So I think they're too modern. It's too modern. It's too modern. Got that ditzy. I quite like that, and it's not. I can put the purple into it, but it's got the blue. I'm wondering if that goes in that pocket somehow, or some of it. I've got some wedding decor, gifts, flowers. It's just purple ribbon, but I just thought that and that. I kind of like that colourware. See, I do think we could put some pink in it. So I don't know whether I like fussy cut some flowers out to applique on. I've got some of these as well. I don't know if they work. I don't think they do work, but these do work. And then that's just if I need random shapes. What are you? Oh, You might work. I've got loads of like Suffolk puffs or Norfolk puffs or a yo-yo, whatever you call them. I've got loads of them that can go in. And then buttons. So I actually think I'm going to put them in that box. I think we're going to be alright. I've got some lace, so we can put some lace in. And I think it's underneath all of this here because I used it in my junk journal. Let me show you on the junk journal. This is for a design team project. But I've got some of this that I thought might be nice as like dangly. I'm not really a very dangly person, but I enjoy doing that. I've also got some of this that came out of like a grab bag from a... That could be dangles, couldn't it, as well? I could sew buttons onto it. But it's got that purple and off-white. So I think you can see where I'm going. I'm going to fussy cut some of these out and just sort of collage it up. Because there's on this little piece of fabric there is a lot that, like, if it just fussy cut out, spread it over the denim, I think it'll work, and it'll bring, like, there's a nice palette here and I can stitch over them. That's some like quilting fabric. I don't know where I've got that from. It's just in my stash. So where would we put it? Because I only have to lay one down and then the others will come. Slightly layer this up here. Oh yeah, that'll work. So it's a bit like using, and then I've got buttons as well. I'm just thinking I've got loads of coloured buttons. It's just going to be sort of like layering things in. So I don't like that harsh edge. But what we can do is we can sort of like interlayer stuff. I don't want to cover all the denim up. Not that. I don't want blue, a bit yellow. That'll work. This was from a top. And this is where I think, like, making the bag was craft work, and now I think I'm entering into artwork now, particularly because, like, I'm sort of telling myself a story as I'm making it. So like I remember making these yo-yos, but I remember that was a top that I had when I was pregnant with Lily, a lovely floaty summer top, because she made me run really, really hot. She was born in January, so I was in that like early mid stage through the summer with her, so it wasn't too bad. Once we got to winter, I want to move it down so his shoes there. Once we got to winter, it was alright. Like, that last bit was actually alright, because I just didn't switch the heating on, slept with the window open, poor husband. But there you go. I like that. That's how it's going to be. Yeah, so having something that I can remember, you know, I remember making these, and I made them years and years ago, like after I had her. I don't remember the quilting fabric, so that's not really, other than it's beautiful. And I've always liked toile. I can see a story. This is something I've made for a craft fair. A bit of whimsy. I'm sure I've got other butterflies I can put on. But I think you're beginning to see how it's going to look. These were given to me by my grandmother-in-law in South Africa, who's no longer with us. I like that. So we'll have that there for Mum. You never know, we don't know what we're doing for our holidays, summer holidays. It sounds very grand, but it's not, because it's all family. But it's either we're going to go to Austria or we're going to go to South Africa. And both of them involve a lake house and sitting next to a lake. So, you know, it can't be bad. We've got like little bits of purple. I don't know what to do. I don't know. We've got lots of little bits. I did think I had some stamped. Oh, there's one. Some stamped butterflies. That's actually quite nice. Oh, purple flower. You can go in. I wonder if we put. I think we need to put that sort of here. Got with stamp more. Got some really tiny little roses and bits and pieces. I won't get them out until I really want to. I've got some silk. Very messy butterfly. No, that's not quite right. I've got some flowers. Some silk flowers. I've got a case full of them. I've got loads of little bits of braiding. I might make a rosette actually and put that on one of the back pockets. I might do that. Let's have a look what else we've got in here. I've got that other bits cut off from samples. Oh, what have we got here? Got a little tiny bit that needs to go away in that other, but we've got, oh, that's sweet. I like that bow. Got a little butterfly. I don't like the colours of that. I think I'm going to be stamping some more butterflies. What are you? You're a little bit of braid, but you're black. A little bit of dangle. But I've got some of that blue somewhere. Ooh, what are you? You're interesting. You're clear. You can see how it's just building up. Just building up. Lots of little bits. Oh, they're a bit precious because I don't have very many of them. I've lost this stamp and it's like a tape measure stamp. That could be like around the top, couldn't it? We'll see. I might actually, I've got some really old tape measures, I might put those around the top. They all get stretched out and they become useless really. Put that back there. I might need a bigger bag for that stuff. So what do we think? I think I might leave it like that and pin it up and start stitching and then I'll bring it back and you can just keep seeing the progress. So I might do so next week's videos I need to do competition winner, because I need to go and dig that out and do a random pick up of that. So we need competition winner for next week, and update on this. There's a junk journal project that I want to start that I think we can all start together, and there was something else and I've forgotten. Oh, I might do a flip through my design team project. Oh, that might be next week. We'll see. We'll see where my energy is. Hopefully whatever's brewing with my headache isn't going to brew into. We could put a nice button there. Don't want that there. Yeah. Where are we going to put the vintage button sign? I mean, it could go on the back, and I do have some like little taped versions of this. We'll find a place. It's just a matter of like moving things around, pinning it down, because really what I need to do now is take these things off, all these loose bits, and just sew around here, and then come back. I'm going to keep these separate because these, I know these are going to work, and I know this is going to work, and that's going to be really helpful, like the fussy cuts, because then I can sort of like just stitch around and then get some like darker pink and just go over the lines, like just doodle stitching. That'll work out really well. I quite like that sort of, it's not a cladder, but it reminds me of a cladder type thing there, and that's got a bit of Mum. We've got a bit of me and Lily. Might cut something up of my, well, these are actually Miles's trousers, so I'll try and find little bits and pieces of people. But I like it, and I'm liking the colours. Liking that. I think I've got some more of them somewhere. They were, but I think they're a bit beat up. I made these to put on the end of her laces. I would sort of double them up. They're out of stamped onto samples for blinds and things, so it's got a bit of like structure to this fabric, you know, like shoelaces, trainers shoelaces, so that they wouldn't end up going through on lace. So that's another little memory. Yeah. Put it on the tree. Put it on the tree. Put it in her hair. We'll find a spot. So yeah, so I'm gonna go. It's not a very long video today, but I just wanted to sort of like make headway on creating the next phase of this sort of tote, craft tote. But like I said, it could be made into a handbag. We could like stitch a zipper on, or some press studs. I would make it a little bit deeper if I was making it as a handbag, and I would make it like a messenger bag. I wouldn't necessarily have it 3D. I don't know, but we might well do that. Might be nice. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing. I hope you know what you're doing. I will talk to you soon. Thank you very much for listening to me waffle on. I will be back shortly, well, tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm in my office on Thursday. They've swapped my days now. So it used to be Monday before Christmas, then it went to Tuesday, sort of January, Feb, and now they've moved it to Thursday. It's like because our whole team is in, and there's 5 teams, so we have to choose a day. So it's alright, as long as I know the day, we work it out. But that means that like everything in my schedule now moves a little bit. But like I said, that's absolutely fine. We do what we need to do to pay the bills. So yeah. So I'm liking that. Let me know what you're working on in the comments. I'm always interested. You know, if this is your first time, because I think I do kind of come up on people's, you know, slow stitch suggested videos and stuff, welcome. I hope you join me and subscribe, press the little bell, do all the little things that make my little YouTube channel grow. Like I said, I slow stitch and I junk journal, and I do that sustainably. I try not to use mass produced single-use craft items, and I've kind of really slowed my roll on buying things because I have a room full of stuff. I'm trying to be just sustainable in what I do. Okay, I'm going to let you go, and I will join you very soon. Bye bye everybody.